Om Vakradunda Mahakaya
Mahakaya
Surya Koti
Suryakoti
Samaprabha
Samaprabha
Nirvignam Kuru
Nirvignam
Me
Kuru
Deva
Me Deva
Sarva Karyeshu
Karyesu
Sarvada
Sarvada
Saraswati
Saraswati
Namastubhyam
Namastu
Varade
Radhe
Kamarupini
Kamarupini
Vidyarambham
Vidyarambam
Karishyami
Karishyami
Siddhir Bhavatu Me
Siddhirbhavatu Me
Sada
Sada
Gurur
Guru
Brahma Gurur
Brahma Guru
Vishnu
Vishnu
Gurur Devo
Guru
Maheshwaraha
Maheshwaraha
Guru
Guru
Sakshat Param
Sakshat
Brahma
Param Brahma
Tasmai Shri
Tasmai Shri
Gurave
Gurave
Namaha
Namaha
Apara Karuna Sindhum Jnanadam Shantarupinam
Shantarupinam
Shri
Shri
Chandrasekhar Gurum
Chandrasekhara
Pranamami Mudanvakam
Yat Krupale
Tekbadeshamatreణ Puman Punah
Puna
Prajayate
Prajayate
Tam Vande Brahma
Samvande Brahma
Viduryam
Vidu Sadgurum
Sadgurum
Chandrasekharam
Chandrasekharam Om Sahana
Sahana
Bhavato
Bhavatu
Sahano
Sahana
Bhunakto
Bhunaktu
Sahaviryam Karavavahai
Karavavate
Tejasvinavadhe Tamastama Vidvishavadhai
Avahi
Om
Om
Shanta
Shanti
Shanta
Shanti
Shanti Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha
Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha
Ata Shashtodhyayah
Atha Shashtodhyayaha
Shri Bhagavanuvacha
Shri Bhagavanuvacha
Shloka number 24 Sankalpa Prabhavan Kaman Styaktva Sarvana Sheshataha
Sankalpa Prabhavavan Kaman Tyaktva Sarvana Shirshataha
Manasaivendraya Gramam Viniyamya Samantataha
Manasevindriya Gramam Viniyamya Samantataha
Shanai Shanairuparame Buddhya Dhriti Grihitaya
Shanai Shanai Ruparamet Buddhya Druti Gruhitaya
Atma Samstham Manakritva Nakinchidapi Chintayed
Atma Samstham Mana Krutva Na Kinchidapik Chintayet.
You have seen the meaning of this shloka. Sarvan Kaman Sankalpa Prabhavan Kaman Tyaktva having given up. Manasa by the mind, all the Indriya Grama, Indriya Samaga having withdrawn completely, Samantataha. Then slowly, Shanaihi, Uparamed, may one, Uparama is resolving the mind in Atma. Resolve means absorption of mind in Atma, that is seeing the Atma, Atma Darshana, Atmanishta. That is what is Nididhyasanam, Samadhi is all about. Paramaha, Atma Samstam Manakrutva, Atmani Stitam, making the mind abide in the Atma, not thinking of anything else. So that the shloka meaning. Then we are reading the start of the shloka. So Sankalpa Prabhavan Kaman. Kama is desire, and the desire in the beginning stage it is in the form of Sankalpa. So therefore the basis of all desires. What is the basis of all desires? Sankalpa. First, there is complete giving up of that from which all desires are born. So desires are the karya, the effects. The cause is sankalpa. Therefore, sankalpa prabhavan kaman. We have seen how kama referred to a desire itself or the object of desire. Kama, the word. Kamyate iti kamaha, it means desire. Or it could be that which is desire. Kamyate iti kamaha. So it can refer to the object or it can just refer to the desire itself. Kamaha. Kama means the objects here. We can take kama here to be objects of desire, not the desire, objects of desire, the source of which is sankalpa. Sankalpa is a thought. In the form of thought, it is there. First in the form of feeble thought, then becomes stronger, then becomes kama. So from sankalpa alone this desire is born. Therefore, desire is preceded by sankalpa. Sankalpa is a thought, the vritti, which is, to begin with, it is feeble. Then when it becomes stronger, it becomes desire. It's called desire. So sankalpa is a thought, such as, may this be for me, may I get this. Here, at this stage, it is not strong, but it is the cause for karma. The same thing idea was talked about second chapter. Dhyayato vishayan pumsaha sangasteshu pachayate sangat sanjayate kama. That's sangha. Slowly associate, but that is the beginning, there is some association with the object, feeble association. That is, of course, in terms of thought. Then it becomes stronger. Then kama jayate. So this sankalpa is a thought, may this be for me, may this come to me, etc., which immediately turns into desire. Sankalpa prabhavan, the source of all desires. Therefore, sankalpa. So therefore, sankalpa, which is the cause of all desires, that is given up. The cause itself is given up. When the cause is given up, what about the karya, the desires? That also will not be there. Therefore, asheshataha, completely. Therefore, renunciation, tyaktva, tyaga, renunciation here is in terms of sankalpa, the basis of all the desires. The basis of the desire, not for the desire itself. The basis. Sankalpa here, renunciation is in terms of sankalpa, the basis of desire. Not for the desire itself. Sankalpa is one. Sankalpa is one simple thought. Because this thought is capable of becoming a desire, therefore sankalpa is said to be the cause, said to be the root of all desire. So desire is that which the mind returns to over and again, and slowly becomes stronger, and therefore then the person works for accomplishing the desire. Sankalpa comes and then goes away in the beginning, but once it becomes a desire, then it has to be fulfilled. The desire has to be fulfilled. Therefore, sankalpa is what it has to be dealt with. Sankalpa is dealt with how? By analyzing the thought. For instance, the thought comes, may this come to me, is analyzed by this at the beginning itself. The vichara is done. By this inquiry, what happens? Vichara, sankalpa is dealt with. Sankalpa, if it is binding, it is given up at that moment itself by vichara inquiry. If it is not conducive for one spiritual pursuit, it should be given up. The desire themselves did not be dealt with. Sankalpa. Sankalpa is a problem. It's a cause. Therefore, that has to be dealt with. And therefore, it is the only thing that has to be dealt with. If you deal with sankalpa, may I have this or that, then desires are not a problem at all. They only become fancies because they are not backed up by sankalpa. Sankalpa being not there, therefore, desires will not be a problem. Then the backing of desire is only from your sankalpa. May I have this, which slowly becomes I should have this. The changes. Now it becomes I should have this, without which I cannot live. Once the sankalpa has turned into I should have this, then you have added. Therefore, the sankalpa is to be analyzed. Instead of dealing with the effect, deal with the setu at the beginning itself, the cause itself. Then that is one thing. First point. Second point, manasevendriya gramam viniyamya samantata, withdrawing the sense organs. Again, here Bhagavan repeats here the group of senses, sense organs, karmendriyani, jnanendriyani, viniyamya, having withdrawn by the mind, manasa alone, because only when backed up by the mind, sense organs function, therefore by the mind it is withdrawn. Manasa yeva. How manasa? Buddhya dhritigitaya, by the mind which is endowed with perseverance, which is endowed with discrimination, viveka. The common meaning for grama, manasevendriya gramam, grama is village. But here we cannot take the meaning of the word village, meaning of the word Grama meaning village, which doesn't work here. Therefore, we go for the other meaning. Other meaning, it is jata group. Jata, jata is samuha group, meaning the group of sense organs. Group of sense organs of perception and sense organs of action. Dharmendriyani and Jnanendriyani. So Indriya Gramam it is. It is a Indriya Grama, Samuga or Indriya, collection of Indriya, group of Indriyas. Means putting these Indriyas in their place. Putting these Indriyas in place, not allowing the sense organs to flow towards sense objects. It means shutting down the sense organs, putting the sense organs in their place. This is what in the fifth chapter also we saw. Sparshan krutva bhagir bhagyans chakshushchaivantare bhruvoho. Let the external things be external. So that is putting the sense organs in their place, which is to withdraw from the respective fields of activity. Let not the sense organs interact with sense objects. Because for meditation it would be an obstacle, therefore it is withdrawn. When you interact, of course, in Vyavahara, the sense organs has to deal with sense objects. But in meditation, it has to be withdrawn during meditation. Again, then here we have a piece of advice. What is that? With reference to the mind while sitting in meditation. That is, manasa, that is the mind which is, and the person who is seated in meditation, let the mind be brought to the object of meditation. Because meditation is a topic, the person meditates here, therefore withdrawal. Otherwise, there is no point of withdrawal. The Vyavahara, you have to interact. You cannot remain without interacting with the sense objects in the world. Jagat, you have to, the interaction is indispensable. So therefore, since here the person meditates, is meditating, therefore, meditate on the Dhyaya Vastu. The sense organs have to be withdrawn from the respective sense objects. No one talks about this later. It comes, we'll see that. So withdrawing the sense organs and putting them in their places means they do not go towards the various sense objects. Though the natural tendency is to go, it is deliberately withdrawn. Because some sankalpas have been taken care of, therefore withdrawn. Because we are withdrawn from activity, this withdrawal here should be described here as total. Samantataha. The word samantataha is completely total. So what is said in the 24th shloka is intended to cover all that was said before, how to sit in meditation, the posture, gaze, etc. and is completed in this shloka 25. So the beginning shloka, where to sit, how to sit, how the asana should be prepared, etc. And the heights, we of course, etc. Everything we are told, all this intended for this. And the meditation, the dhyanam, so that is completed. And how to sit in meditation, etc. It's all going to become 25th shloka, it is completed. So what is in 24 is intended to cover all that was said before, that preparation, how to meditate, etc. Sit in meditation. And it's the next shloka, it is completed. Dhriti, now, Buddhya Dhriti Grihitaya, Shanai Ruparamed, Buddhya Dhriti Grihitaya, 25th shloka. Then here Dhriti means firmness. Dhriti, from the word Dhriti only get the word Dhairya. Dhairya means courage, which implies care and wisdom as well. So Dhriti Grihitaya, Dhriti Grihita means the Buddhi which is endowed with perseverance, endowed with courage, firmness, and wisdom, meaning discrimination. Viveka Buddhi. With this kind of Buddhi, the mind is made to abide in Atma, Atma Samstam, Param, slowly withdrawing from the external objects. It is made to abide in Atma, which is the object of meditation. The meditator knows what Atma is. He has done Shravanam, Mananam, and therefore the object of meditation, Atma, about Atma, he had listened to the words of the Shastram, therefore meditating on Atma, what Atma is. So Atma is Satyaha, Nityaha, Avyayaha iti, seeing the meaning of the words to be oneself Atma, which again shall come back to later. The mind is made to abide in Atma. The use of this phrase, repetition in the shloka, shanaihi, meaning slowly, slowly. It cannot be done just like that, therefore slowly. It's a typical of Sanskritam, shanaihi. And what does one do slowly? May one resolve uparame, withdrawal. The mind meaning oneself in this way by making the mind abide in Atma without thinking of anything else. Atma samstha manakrutva na kinchidapi chintage. Thinking only of Atma, not anything else. Slowly, may one resolve the mind. Buddhya that resolve the mind in Atma. May one get absorbed in Atma. That is meditate. May one meditate in Atma and absorb in the Dheya Vastu Atma. So in this shloka, two things have to be understood. What are this courage and discrimination that are required? Number one. And but what does it mean to place the mind in the Atma, the object of meditation, Jayavasha? How to place the mind? So the courage, the buddhya, that is courage and discrimination, and how to place the mind in Atma. What kind of placing? His mind is something available that you can lift it and place it on the Atma, like the book is placed on the table. Can you place it? Question comes, what kind of placing is involved here? Is the mind to be placed in Atma like one places an orange in a basket? Or is the mind to be placed on the top of Atma perhaps? So if Atma Samstha Manakartva is not properly understood, making the mind abide in Atma is a problem, becomes a problem. So once it is understood what it is, Atma Samstha Manakartva, then there is no problem. Then Dhriti becomes clear. So now, Atma Samstha Manakartva, and what is Atma? The expression Atma Samstha Manakartva, what does Atma mean? It is said, it is that wherein another thing is not heard. That is, Yatra Anyata na Shrunoti, as Chandogya Shruti says, points out. It is that wherein another thing is not seen. Yatra Anyata na Pashyati, Anyata na Shrunoti, Anyata na Vijanati, where another thing is not known. Yatra na Anyata Vijanati. The Shruti reveals Atma as one which is free from all attributes. It is Nirvishesha Atma. It is in the form of Chaitanyam, Chinmatra Swarupaha Atma. Then again, its Atma is presented as one that is a seer, Drik, not the seen, not Drishya. Drashta, natu Drishyam, the hearer, not the heard. Shrota, natu Shrotam, the knower, but not the known. Vijnata, natu Vijnayam, the thinker, but not the thought. Manta, natu Mantavyam. This is how the nature of Atma is defined by the Shastra. So, Drashta, Shrota, Vijnata, Manta. Given this definition of Atma, how can I place a mind upon Atma? How can I think about Atma? To think of Atma means Atma becomes the object of my thought, which contradicts what the Shruti says, because it is myself. How can I think? I can't think of Atma. And that is why I said in Taittiriya Upanishad that having not gained Atma, all the words come back. Yato vacho nivartante apra manasa saha, meaning this mind cannot objectify Atma. Because it is myself, the very subject. How can the mind objectify Atma? With the mind, you cannot know Atma. And here the one says Atma system manakritva. Is it not contradictory? It is as though the mind and words join forces, go after Atma, only to turn it, having found it too tough a nut to crack. Unfortunately, this is how Atma is sometimes presented. The Taittiriya Upanishad says, but we have to understand the Vakya, Shruti Vakya. Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha. The words, the mind along with the words return back, not able to objectify the Atma. Of course, Atma is not available for objectification. It can be known as an object by the mind. At the same time, Atma is understood only by the mind. Because it is knowledge, any knowledge takes place only in the mind. There is another Shruti Vakya not given here in the Katha Upanishad. Manasa eva aptavyam. What manasa? Samskrita manasa, by the mind which is well prepared. The mind which is Samskrita, refined. And that is the mind which is got shuddhi, the mind which is ready. Mind means the person who is ready. Sadhana chatushtaya sampannaha. By him only this Atma is understood. So therefore here we have to understand it is not, therefore the Vakya seems to be contradictory, but you need to understand as an object it cannot be known, but as a subject it is known as it is. As a subject it is known as it is means that what that what covers the Atma, that Ajnana is removed and Atma reveals itself. So it is not known as an object, it is known as oneself without objectifying, because it is self-revealing. And the self-revealing Atma also has me. It is known in the mind only. When the Ajnanam goes away, Aham iti, Atma, it is Spurati, Antakarana. So now, how to place the mind on Atma? That is the question. How can Atma become an object of one's meditation? If Atma is not objectifiable, as said in the Shruti, Yato Vacho Nivartanta, then how can Atma become an object of one's meditation? Important topic. And still, how to place the mind upon Atma? How can Atma become an object of one's meditation? There is no way of placing the mind upon Atma, because Atma is not an object upon which you can place the mind. Everything is Atma. What about mind? Mind also is Atma. But Atma is not the mind. The mind is Atma. So how to place the mind on Atma? You need not place. You cannot physically place it. It is not that one takes the mind to Atma and having made the mind sit upon it for some time, then Atma eventually yields because of mind's pressure. It's not like that. Some translations have taken this verse to mean this way and therefore can be very misleading. So not knowing what really it is, just translate and then just gulp without understanding. It doesn't serve any purpose. That's why the clarity is required, what it means. The expression have to be understood. It's an expression. Atma eva idam sarvam. Atma is defined as that sarvam khalu idam brahma, everything is Atma. Idam sarvam. Idam sarvam means in any knowledge, the three things are involved: the knower, the nata, the knowledge. Triputi. Idam sarvam is everything. Everything is Atma. Idam sarvam implies the knower, the jnata, the knowledge, jnanam, and the object of knowledge, jnaya. Sarvam. Sarva, meaning all three with nothing left out, is Atma. Within the Sarva, the seer, the one who sees, and the object which is seen, Drishya. So Drik is the Drishya and the Drash, and seeing the action. So Drashta, Drishya, Darshana. Similarly, Shrota, the hearer, and that which is heard, Shruta, and that hearing itself, Shavanam. So Shrota, Shruta, Shavana, all of which come under Jnata, Jnana, Jnaya, knower, knowledge, and that which is known. So any object that is there, that is Jnaya, is an object to be known alone. Even what is unknown is known, and therefore it's included under Jnaya. Jnaya means that which is to be known. What is unknown comes to knowledge, therefore it is known, Jnaya only. So Jnaya means that which is the object of knowledge. Therefore we deal with these three: Jnata, Jnanam, and Jnaya. Jnata, the knower. Here the knower is Atma. So Jnata is not separate from Atma, because Jnata is Swarupa of the knower is Atma alone. And although we may clearly see the fact that the Jnata is Atma, we still think of Jnana as something belonging to Atma. People say, this knowledge belongs to me, this is my knowledge. I have the knowledge of a particular object, say for example a tree. The tree is the object of knowledge. And the vritti corresponding to the knowledge, object of knowledge itself belongs to me. Therefore, I take myself to be different from this knowledge whose object is tree. So this is with regard to any object knowledge. This knowledge, the tree knowledge, the knowledge of tree takes place, that tree is different from me. I take myself to be different from the knowledge, the tree knowledge. And this notion, the knower, knowledge, and known are one. They are one. This notion is nullified by recasting into an entirely different mold together. What is this mold? Jnata, Jnana, and Gneya, the Triputi, the three things which are involved in any knowledge, all these three now are made into one Atma. Everything is myself. When everything is Atma, then Jnata is Atma, Gneya is Atma, and Jnanam Atma. Atma eva idam sarvam. Everything is Atma. The example that is always used here is Swapna, Swapna Prapancha. In Swapna, there is a knower, the knower of the dream, and the dream world that is a known, and the knowledge of the dream. All the three are there. Are they different? All the three are nothing but one light alone, one Jyotihi Chaitanya alone. Consciousness alone is a knower, is a known, and the knowledge in the dream. All the three are nothing but the dream and the dream world and the dreamer. The one who dreams, dreamer is Atma alone. So in the Drishtanta, it is very clear. So you the Jnata, the Jnanam, and the Jnayam. In terms of the dream, it is very clear. Getting up, you understand that the dream knower, the dream known, and the dream knowledge all again resolve into you. And where does it go? They resolve into you alone when you wake up. The dreamer is the one who is aware of the dream, the knower, and the dream knowledge. What happens to to this three when he wakes up? They resolve into you. So it become one, you alone. Therefore, the jnata is nothing but consciousness. And the knowledge is nothing but consciousness. And the gneya is also nothing but consciousness. Everything is Chaitanya alone. So defined in this way, we understand that consciousness is as though qualified, consciousness as though qualified, eva, as though limited by the status of being a knower. The consciousness is as though limited, as though conditioned by the knower, therefore jnatra. As though limited by the status of being a knower, therefore jnatra avachinna chaitanyam. Chaitanya which is conditioned by the upadhi, the knower jnata. We can refer to this as knower consciousness. Similarly, knowledge consciousness and known consciousness. There being no knower, knowledge or known apart from consciousness, because everything is Atma alone said. Therefore, knower consciousness and knowledge consciousness and known consciousness, all the consciousness. Knower consciousness, the consciousness is qualified by knower. In knowledge consciousness is qualified by, limited by as though by knowledge. There is a tree consciousness, there is mountain consciousness, there is river consciousness. The knowledge of the object changes, but consciousness doesn't change. Similarly, known consciousness. What is known? Tree is known, tree consciousness. River is known, river consciousness. Everything is consciousness. Consciousness alone is there, which seems to be limited by the three Triputi Veda, knower, knowledge, and known. And the knower, knowledge, and known cannot exist apart from consciousness. Therefore, they are mithya. They resolve into this consciousness alone. So, therefore, can a known object be ever separate from consciousness? It cannot. Because when the known object is, consciousness is. Object is known because consciousness is. So, otherwise, object cannot be known. When the known object is not there, consciousness still this. This is called Vitireka. Known object is, the object is known, therefore consciousness is. The object is not known. Can we say consciousness is not that? No. Because in the Sushuptiyartha, consciousness is, continues to be Vitireka. Therefore consciousness must be there. It is, consciousness is consciousness. The known object cannot exist without consciousness. It has its dependency on consciousness. You can destroy the object, but you cannot destroy the isness. You cannot destroy I am, that amness you cannot destroy. With regard to the objects, the istas cannot be destroyed. With regard to you, the am, the chaitanya, the chitta cannot go away, cannot be destroyed. Therefore, nothing is separate from existence. The Chit and Sat. What is Chit as Aham Ahamiti, that is Chit, and what is Sat in all the Vastu, the objects, is isness. They are not different. That is why we say Sat Eva Chit, and it is not limited. Limited by the Upadi, therefore this Jagat. It is not limited, therefore Anantaha, therefore Satchit Anantaha. Anantaha is Purnam Anandaha, therefore Satchit Anandaha. Okay, now this topic is nothing is separate from existence. Everything exists. Everything, the objects. If the object doesn't exist, existence exists only. It continues to exist. So the existence of the existence doesn't depend on any object. It continues to. Therefore, everything is, everything is one with existence. You cannot exist apart from existence. Therefore, nothing is separate from existence. That is the topic. Thus, with reference to the nature of existence, there's a twofold argument. One is in terms of existence itself, and one is in terms of knowledge. In terms of existence, Sat, no object is apart from what is existent. In terms of existence, no object is apart from what is existent. For example, if you say the table is the object. Can it exist apart from is? Without isness, where is table? Table is. If you say the table is destroyed, then wood is destroyed, then would be powder will be powder powder is powder if you destroy, then molecules, then atoms is all the way it is isness will be there. The isness cannot be destroyed. So therefore, in terms of existence, therefore the object is not separate from what is existent. So the table is or the chair is the isness that is qualified by the objects, chair, table, etc. But isness is as though qualified, cannot limit as though qualified by these objects. The objects which are the upadi, the form is name and nama rupa, name and form. Nama rupa called table and chair, they exist. So table exists, chair exists. Table is, chair is. They exist. So they depend upon existence. But existence exists. And since table and chair cannot exist apart from existence, therefore, from this extending this to everything. So nothing can exist apart from existence. That's what the topic is. Nothing is separate from existence. Furthermore, if you analyze what a chair is, you find that the chair doesn't have existence of its own because it is an assemblage, it is put together, it is made of wood only. So only the wood out of the chair is made, and the chair has an existence. And if you analyze the wood further, you find that it has no existence. Only the pulp from which the wood is made has existence. Similarly, if you analyze further the pulp, similarly the particles that form the pulp has existence, whereas the pulp doesn't exist. Doesn't exist really. What exists is only the particles. So if you keep on shifting this in this way, keep on analyzing this way, you find ultimately the existence alone remains. So therefore, what is there is only existence, Sat alone. Only that is self-existent. The self-existent Sat that doesn't depend on anything else for its existence. That's why he says self-existent. That can be called existence, Satyam. And that is nothing but consciousness, Chaitanyam, Chitta. Consciousness alone is. So when we say consciousness, that is. Then consciousness and is can be separate. No, consciousness alone is self-evident and everything is evident to the Atma. So the is and the Chit, they are the Lakshana of Atma. Therefore, Satya is Chit. They are not attributes, they are Lakshana, nature, Swarupa. So therefore, consciousness alone is self-evident and everything else is evident to the self, evident to self. Anything that you come to know, everything that you question is all for the knower, the person who is using the pramana, the various means of knowledge, to ascertain the validity or the veracity of a particular object or statement of proof. Whereas the existence of the very knower requires no proof. What is the proof required to say that I exist? That doesn't require it because it is self-existent. Self. Therefore, the knower must be a self-evident person. And who is this knower? That's a part of the knower that is known to me. I know I am the seer of the pot. I see the pot, therefore I am the seer. Gata drashta, for which there is a thought aspect, an objective Vishesha for the consciousness. I see, that is I. The thought aspect is an objective and the substantive is Atma. It's nothing but Atma consciousness. Therefore, for the knower, there is consciousness. For the knowledge, of course, consciousness is present, and for the known, also consciousness. The self-existent aspect of consciousness is present. Therefore, all the three, knower, known, and knowledge, they are not separate from the presence of consciousness. So, therefore, knowing this, appreciation of this fact is what is meant by Atma Samstam Manakrutva. The knower, the known, and the knowledge, they are Atma. Knower is not separate from consciousness, and known also, to knowledge also. For the knower, there is consciousness. For the known, also there is consciousness. Consciousness is present, and for the known, also consciousness. Therefore, the self aspect of consciousness, it is always, it is present. Therefore, what the three, the Veda doesn't. The Veda, therefore, the knowledge to take place, the three things are involved, and three things are not different from Atma. They are not separate from consciousness. So this is knowing this, understanding this fact is what is Atma Samstam Manakrutva. Nakinchidapi Chintayet. That is the meaning. Atma Samstam Manakrutva is the knower, the Jnata, the known, Jaya, Vishaya, and the knowledge, they are Atma. So knowing this, placing the mind on Atma is understanding that Atma alone, Atma is. Understanding that Atma is the Drashta, the Drishya, and the Darshana. Jnata, the Jnayam, and the Jnanam is Atma alone. So that is what is meant by Atma Samstam Manakrutva. So the mind, the knowledge of what Atma is clearly understood, clearly appreciated. Atma Samstam Manakrutva. Atmani Samyak Sthitaha. Everything has its basis on Atma. So that is, everything is not separate from the presence of consciousness. That is appreciated by the mind. So the appreciation of this fact, understanding this fact. Understanding of this fact happens where? In the mind only. Therefore, that is the meaning of Atma Samstam Manakrutva. So making the mind place in the Atma, how do you place it? Basically, it's only terms of understanding. Understanding that everything is Atma. Everything is covered by these three, the knower, known, and knowledge. And they are not away from Atma. Therefore, knowing these three are not different from Atma. That is Atma Samstha Manakrutva. So therefore, since here Dhyanam is involved, Dhyata, Dhyanam, and Dhyaya, they are not different from Atma. What is there is only Atma. So that is absorption in Atma. Na kinchidapi chintake, not entertaining any other thought other than Atma. So that is the meaning Atma Samstha Manakrutva. Important explanation, appreciation of the fact that Jnata, the here Dhyata, Dhyanam, and Dhyaya is Atma. The object of meditation is Atma, and the meditator is Atma, and the meditation, that is Atma. That is, understanding this is what is placing the mind on Atma. Atma Samstha Manakrutva. Therefore, there is only Atma Vritti. There is only Vritti with regard to Atma. Where the three Vedas, unlike the other Vritti, in other Vritti, object Vritti, three Vedas will be there, but here, the three are same Atma alone. Therefore, there is no Veda. So without Veda, no differences. There is only Atma alone, one Atma alone. That's what we call Akandakara Vritti. This is what is called Akandakara Vritti. The Vritti which is not khanda, not limited, not subject to limitation. It means doesn't have the Triputi Veda. So that is the meaning of this phrase, Atma Samstam Manakrutva. Na kinchidapi chintaye, not entertaining any other thought. This is because the person sitting in meditation is absorbed in Swarupa, contemplating on the Swarupa of Atma. So we'll stop here. Redirecting the mind to the very basis of thought. That is another important topic we'll see tomorrow. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Dhanyavadaha.